So you know how Trump says everything is going amazing and the economy is booming and there's 1,000 billion jobs every day? Well, obviously that's all bullshit, because farmers are suffering immensely right now, quite literally directly because of Donald Trump's tariffs. And his agriculture secretary today announced that they are going to be sending out farm aid to farmers that are facing difficult times. Like, hey, maybe Brooke Rollins or Donald Trump, you can explain to your base why farmers are facing difficult times. But of course she doesn't do that, and she just acts like this is an amazing, benevolent thing that the government is doing, and not a desperate attempt to cover their own asses.
Of course, the president's effort to realign America around American products and making all of these new deals, we are at a point where we're looking at the harvest, where we're looking at our soybean, corn, wheat, sorghum, cotton farmers who are facing very, very difficult times. We are currently in conversations here at the White House, across the government, on a farmer aid package. In our current programming right now, we've got about $13 billion moving out under ECAP, which is our old farmer payment system based on losses from last year and the year before. So this would be in addition to that, in partnership with our colleagues on the Hill. We should have an announcement very soon, perhaps in the next couple of weeks.
That's a lot of industries to bail out. Corn, soybean, wheat, sorghum, cotton. That's just off the top of her head. She's just rattling off every type of farm there is. And again, lady, why are these farms suffering? Could it maybe because of Donald Trump's tariffs? Nobody wants to buy from these farmers anymore. Or could it maybe have to do with the horrific roundup of migrants? That farms are literally losing their labor because Donald Trump's Gestapo is throwing them in concentration camps. Or could it also be because they ended USAID, which bought a ton of stuff from American farmers to use to feed people overseas, to feed children in war zones? But now that USAID has been cut, none of those farmers are being paid for their product, and those children are starving. I'm so sick of this bullshit from this administration, where they completely destroy people and then come in and are like, this was Biden's fault, but we're gonna fix it with more taxpayer dollars. And Trump had to bail out farmers the first time he was president, too. They are about to try and pass a multi-billion-dollar plan to bail out farmers who they explicitly screwed over. What's it gonna take for you to wake up, MAGA? Is there ever gonna be a final straw?
Well, we all thought the final straw was going to be the Epstein's file, but it was not. But now, maybe this will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. So all credit goes to the creators in these videos. In today's video, Trump put tariffs in place. It taxed imports, thinking that it will protect American jobs and farmers. And all these farmers were there. They cheered him. They voted for this. They believed in action. They believed in everything. They took it hook, line, and sinker, thinking they were defending themselves. Now, the irony of the thing is that these tariffs are the same policies that caused them pain, and it's still causing them pain, making it hard for them to farm, making it difficult for them to even feed their families. And all the farmers that supported this, and even those that did not support this, are feeling the consequences. Now, guys, this is the irony of the whole situation that really blows my mind. Trump now says he will use this same money collected from those tariffs to help them. Like, okay, it's like saying that it taxed them, it caused them pain and suffering. Now he wants to give them part of that money as relief. Like, how does it make sense? Does it make sense to you guys? Does it really make sense to you guys? Because this is just a classic FAFO. You pushed for bold actions thinking it was gonna be loud. This was going to be the season of boom. This was going to be the season where you reap all you have sown. Now you find out that it came at a cost. You voted for tariff because technically you voted for tariff. You thought you were going to be protected. You cheered all the trade wars that went on, and now you see the cost first and eating your farms. The profit is going lower than anything. The market is shrinking, and you are paying higher prices for your fertilizers, for your machineries, for your workers. That is even if you have any worker. And now the government is saying that they want to give you the very same revenue that came from the tariffs. Like, make it make sense, guys. And the lesson is clear, guys. You support risky policies and you live with the consequences, because it looks like no one is out there to save you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's see what these other creators have to say.
Donald Trump announced this week that he will be using tariff money to solve a problem created by, yes, his tariffs. Yes, I am talking about the farm subsidies. So we are going to take the tariff money that American consumers primarily are spending, which was supposed to go to pay off our deficit, which has exploded because of Republican tax policy, and use it to bail out farmers because why? Trump said they're hurting. Why are they hurting? Let's do a quick review. You'll remember that right after he was elected, Donald Trump put 10% tariffs on all Chinese goods, then that went up to 20%, then he added another 50%, and China retaliated. Their reciprocal tariffs went up to 125% on U.S. goods. In May, the U.S. and China reached a temporary trade agreement, reducing tariffs to 10% on most imported goods. China implemented a 30% rate on most U.S. imports, good for 90 days. But then that was extended many times. But China did something else. They revoked soybean import licenses from 3 U.S. firms. And they basically stopped buying U.S. soybeans at all. This after having spent $12.6 billion on them last year. Instead, China started buying their soybeans from South America, primarily Argentina and Brazil. And this in turn had devastating impacts on American soybean farmers. Started seeing headlines like these and these. And these. In short, the tariffs have been an absolute catastrophe for soybean farmers across the United States. Catastrophe. So what does Donald Trump do? He commits $20 billion in U.S. taxpayer money to bail out Argentina, a right-wing government he happens to love, even though they are cleaning our farmers' clock in terms of soybean imports. Farmers everywhere are outraged, so what does Trump do? Trump decides this week to take tariff money and bail out the farmers. He's created a problem and he's making us pay to fix it. And then we're also paying to fix Argentina's economy? What? This is Trump's genius policy, break the economy with unaffordable tariffs that we're paying and then make us pay to fix the damage the tariffs did? But God forbid we ask for money to extend the ACA premium tax credits. Why would we do that when we could give it to Argentina? Remind me how this is making America great again? You can't, because it's absolute madness and you and I are paying.
Don't deserve to lose their farms because of the harm of a Donald Trump presidency. And that is because no one deserves the harm of a Donald Trump presidency. And it is so hard because they voted for a Donald Trump presidency to harm everyone. And so it's hard to be like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, you don't deserve this harm, because no one deserves it. But you helped make it happen. It really sucks to be a good person with morals.
Yep, you're right. It's really S-U-C-K. Really sucks. Americans are now saying that you create a problem and you offer the same money that caused that problem, that it is far from generosity. And if you're going to be generous, why not be generous to the whole America? Those same farmers were the same people that cheered for this, and you see them as the only group of people that you want to assist. Guys, bold policies usually have costs, and support carries responsibility, because these tariffs initially, according to Trump, it says it's supposed to protect agriculture, this and that, but apparently tariff hurts people. Tariffs do not protect people, especially when they are too high, okay? And they cost so much pain to all those who backed it up. And now you are floating promises that you're gonna give them from this same money that cost them pain. And the truth of the matter is just that this does not erase all the consequences and all the pains that they have faced. Because is this, compensation going to bring back all the deals? Is it going to bring back China? Let's start from there. Right? Is it going to bring back China? Is it going to bring back everything they have lost? Is it going to bring back the fact that their families are paying higher prices? Is it going to bring back small businesses that are struggling? This lesson just applies to everybody that supports risky policies, because I feel that by now they should be learning their lesson, right? What do you guys think? They should be learning their lesson. They supported the tariffs and now they are facing the fallout. And they are promised the same fix from the money that created the pain. FEFO in action. Because you cheer for the policies and you are feeling the bites from that same policy. Because no bailouts can change the lesson. No bailouts can change everything that has happened to so many farmers in this season, because it's just the real cost of the choices that they made.
Taking all of his tariff revenue and redistributing it to all American farmers. 7.1 million views and only 7,000 likes, dude. Just watch the replies. Oh, so like socialism? Dude, I mean, that's literally the concept of socialism. He's gonna take all the revenue, give it to all the farmers from, farmers are at the lowest of the food chain, basically. But as you can see, this reply got 6 million views with 200,000 likes, so people are agreeing to this. I cannot believe, dude, before the election, it literally seemed like everybody was on Trump's side. Like, I mean, obviously he won. The majority was on his side, but it's like actually insane. Some people are agreeing to this, saying, I would rather my taxes go to our farmers as opposed to housing illegals on my dime. Yeah. You know what y'all think about this down in the comment section. I mean, once again, it seemed like he was going to have some good policies, but now that he is the president, it seems like people just don't really like his policies at all. Like, literally at all. Like, I didn't even see Biden getting this bad of stuff, but also Biden really didn't talk much, so there wasn't that much to criticize. But yeah, what do you
just have one of those moments today where he accidentally says the quiet part out loud, and it's absolutely hilarious. Just watch what he has to say here, because it's very clear that he has no idea what he's talking about or doing.
Money that we made, just to get off the subject for a second, we're going to take some of that tariff money that we made, we're going to give it to our farmers, who are for a little while going to be hurt until it kicks in. The tariffs kick into their benefit. So we're going to make sure that our farmers are in great shape, because we're taking in a lot of money.
That's right. He just publicly acknowledged that his tariffs have hurt farmers so bad to the point where he's having to give some of the money he took away from them back. Tariffs are not free money by any means. They're a tax on imports that raise prices for American businesses, consumers, and especially farmers. So when Trump brags about the tariff money we've made, he's actually just saying we tax the American people this much more. Now he's desperately trying to shuffle that money around to cover all the damage he's caused. It's like setting your own house on fire and then bragging about handing out buckets of water to people to help put it out. And his logic makes absolutely no sense. He's saying these farmers are going to be hurt until the tariffs kick in. They've already kicked in. That is the problem. That is why they're hurting. These tariffs are not going to start magically helping farmers one day. They've already hurt them, and they will continue doing so. Soybean farmers lost their biggest client, which was China, directly because of Donald Trump's tariffs. They decided, hey, he's raising the prices of soybeans. We're going to go buy them from somebody else. These tariffs have also significantly increased the production costs for equipment and supplies. This is a harsh reminder that Donald Trump's trade policies have been absolutely terrible for the
These trade policies, especially these tariffs, are affecting everyday Americans in ways we don't even see immediately, because tariffs are essentially taxes, right, on imported goods. And when these taxes are applied, the cost does not stay with the company. It obviously trickles down to the consumers. The families pay more for groceries, etc., clothes and all of that. Items that they were once able to afford, they would not be able to afford it anymore. And it's not just, prices that are rising. Supply chains are disrupted as companies also struggle to get materials on time, or they are even forced to buy from, more expensive sources because they want to meet deadlines. Delays, shortages, slowing of production, rising costs, and all of that. And when all these other countries respond, when there's a retaliatory trade, the US will impose its own tariff. The trading partner will also retaliate with its own tariff. And it just means that American farmers, manufacturers will lose markets overseas. The crops, the meat, the manufactured goods will go unsold. They won't be able to sell it abroad, and revenue will just drop. And this uncertainty created by these policies affects more than just farmers. Businesses, they won't know what to invest in, they won't know who to hire, they will not know how trade relationship will go. They don't know if there's going to be a change tomorrow. You just sleep and wake up and there's another change. And it will definitely bring about economic growth, guys. this tariff, it may look as if the government, for those that support it, they are saying, oh, let's suffer now and enjoy later, and all of that is doing it to protect the industries, this and that. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What are the impacts that you really think these tariffs have on the economy? Is it positive or negative? Because with what I'm looking at, it is definitely not on the positive side. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really love to hear from you. And if you have found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.